Hello and welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. My name is Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey. And we're going to make a card today. We're going to make a fun fold card again. Just see if I can get everything straight. I'm a little crooked. Whether you're watching live or watching the replay, when you hop on, say hi, let me know where you're from. Alright, we're going to get started. I don't know why it seems to be crooked. I don't know if it's me or my camera. Alright, just one thing I want to let everybody know. The online exclusive products have gone live today, and I've shown you the flyer before. I had it on my blog. I actually looked and I forgot to put it on my blog today. There's the bundle, the paper, the other paper, the embossing folders, the dots. If you go online to, hi Donna, thanks for joining. If you go online to my online store and you click on online exclusives, all these things pop up, a lot more than I expected. There's some cute sets. And yes, I did get my order in already. So hopefully next week I'll have something, be able to play with some of the new stuff. All right, I'm going to get started. And I will admit I have not made this card before. Hi, Carol. This is a new one. Well, no, let me correct myself. I did make one similar, but not this one. Anyway, I'm using the Marigold Moments bundle, and I have changed around multiple times today because I was going to use one set, and I looked at the inventory, and it's not orderable right now, and I was going to use something else, and that was. So a lot of things on back order. They're coming back, but this is one of my favorite sets. There's something about these marigolds that when you stamp them, they come alive. I don't know. This is by far one of my favorite floral sets, I guess. So let's get started. And I did pre-cut and stamp a bunch of flowers. I did not do the main one that's going to go on the front. But I did get some of them cut. Here, I'll show you what I was all different colors I'm using. It's a flower garden. So I'll show you some of the colors before I get started with. Okay, so this one here, all the stems are stamped in mint macaron. This is all the colors I've used for this card. This is more than I think I normally use. So all the stems are stamped in mint macaron, and the inside, the detail is shaded spruce. This one here is Blushing Bride, and the detail is Sweet Sorbet. This one is Pool Party, and the detail is Bermuda Bay. And this one is Highland Heather, and the detail is Orchid Oasis. The Highland Heather is what I'm going to use on the front of the card. But I wanted to show you all the colors I used. I just kept pulling. And of course, it's the subtles again, except it's a subtle, and then I needed a darker coordinating color. So, let me get going here. Get these to the side. All right, so I am starting with a panel of Highland Heather. That's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Just your basic fold. I'll show you what we're going to do. I lost my own folder. Hey, Jamie. Thank you. I wasn't sure if I was going live today because of work, Jamie, and I actually did them last night and said, well, whatever I make, I have to match to the nails today. Okay, so I'm not cutting anything. This is the card base. Now, I have a template, a triangle. This side is 2 3/4. This side is 3.5. And the easiest way to make sure all the measurements for all the DSP, everything, was to use the template. All right, so I'm just going to put this on the front. I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm going to lightly, very lightly, draw a line, because it can be erased. Yeah, I drew it a little too light because I can't even see it. Okay. Yeah, I got it. So I'm going to line that up in the little groove here. Make sure I have it. And I'm not cutting, but I'm scoring. And I'm scoring pretty hard because I want to make sure it goes all the way through. And I'm going to just give it a little fold, play with it a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to put this away because I need the trimmer still. All right. So now we're going to just go on the inside, and we're going to you just have to play with it a little bit, just until, come on, there we go, whoops, there we go. Once I did practice on a piece of old cardstock to make sure it would work. I need my table, I can't do it in the air. Okay, there we go. So, there you go. So when you open it up, we got a little pop-up. That's the extent of the fun fold. The hardest part is just playing around with this. I lost my bone folder again. Bone folder is blending right in today. Yeah, the hardest part is just, you want to keep playing around with it just so you get that fold. Make sure you get it going the right way. We're just going to come in here. Okay. So now, we're going to use this template again. And what I did, oh, I need my pencil. What I actually did is I'm trying to think now. I think I did a square that was 2 3/4 by 3.5, and then cut it on an angle. So this piece, you can see, fits right there to complete the full-size card. So now I have a panel of, oh, I forgot the name of this. The Vellum Basics. I am prepared. Okay. And I don't think it matters which side you use. They both are about the same. So again, this one's a little hard to see, but I didn't want to use a color. Actually, I have a piece of the vellum. I want to make sure I get this right. Hold on. Give me a second here. That's all. Okay. So I have the Vellum Basics, and I have a panel of Basic White. Both of these are 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to cut them together just to save myself some time. Right? And what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to line this up. Okay, and I'm going to very lightly, with my pencil, because I can erase it. Whoops, it's not lined up. See, it comes right off. Let's try that again. It moved. It keeps moving on me. You know what? I'm just going to do it on the vellum, and then I will add the white after. Because I'm trying to do it on both. I'm trying to see. And I'm not paying attention if anybody else has popped in. I will go back, like I do every week at the end. I'll answer any questions and respond. Okay, so I'm going to cut these two together just to save time and make it a little easier for me. Okay, so I have these, the basic white panel and the vellum, and again, I'm going to line up the line right in the groove, and this time I'm going to cut. Okay, I don't want to throw this piece of basic white out because I am going to need it. Now, one more cut to go, actually two. This panel is going to go here, but obviously we can't put this here. So it actually has to get turned upside down, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line it up. I just find it easier to go over with the pencil than to just, yeah. Once again, okay, the Highland Heather paper is a little hard to see on. I think that's where my issue is coming. Yeah, it's a little easier doing it this way. Really, you don't need the whole thing. You need the top and the bottom. All right. So I'm going to line up once again and cut. And I did cut like right on the line. I don't even know. I mean, I can erase, but there's nothing. I cut right on that pencil line. Okay. One more cut. So now, this piece here, you'll see when I'm going to put it in, it's a little bit big, and the same thing with the basic white. So we're going to take these two, I'm just going to put them together, and on the long end, I'm just going to trim off a 1/2 inch. And then you can see it will fit. Okay, we're going to put it together now. That's all the cutting, I think. All right. So that's my little template. I don't want to lose that. So we are going to use liquid glue. I'm done with my pencil. And I'm using the liquid glue once again because it gives me that little bit of wiggle room. This is the inside piece. I'm working a little backwards. I'm doing inside first. You just want to line it up so you have a pretty even border. And then the same thing with this piece. Now you do not need to put this piece on the inside. I just thought it looked nice with my flowers. Now, if you do have a directional, it'll work. Okay, you just have to make sure you have it on the card the right way. All right, and this piece I'm going to adhere because I'm not stamping anything on this piece. So this we're going to adhere. But I'm not adhering the other piece yet because I'm going to stamp on it first. And I do not, this is one of the times that I know paper has two sides, but once I stamp, if I don't stamp it right, then I got to recut another piece. Okay. Now, the vellum is going to go on the front, but we have to be careful with adhering the vellum down because you can see through it. So I am going to put Stampin' Seal along this edge here, because I'm going to have a floral piece there. And I'm going to just put a couple glue dots. I'm going to wait. until I do the sentiment, and I'm going to sneak the glue dots underneath. Really? Okay, and I didn't go all the way to the corners. I just stayed on just inside. Actually, this film is kind of forgiving. You don't. Oh yeah, you can see it. As I rub it, you can see it. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm going to sneak some glue dots or whatever underneath where my sentiment is going to go. And if anything and if the flower comes up or I have anything here, I'll do the same thing. I'm going to sneak a sentiment underneath. Okay, let's stamp. Okay, so a piece of basic white. And I'm going to stamp the large Marigold. And I'm going to stamp the darker. Thanks, Jamie. I'm going to stamp the Orchid Oasis. I'm going to stamp the detailed first so I can see. And we're going to stamp it right there. And give it a good press. Oh, that's part of the flower. I was going to say I smudged, but I didn't. It's part of the flower. All right, we're going to close this because we're going to try to close it. Now, I made the mistake and I inked up my Highland Heather because it was really dry, and now it's too dark. So we're going to, this one here, I'm just going to stamp off once, and we're going to try to get everything lined up. And give it a good press. There. I love these marigolds. I know marigolds aren't normally purple. There's yellow, there's orange, there's red. Most of my least favorite colors. But you know what? It's art, it's my flower, and I can make it whatever color I would like. Alright, so we're going to stamp the stem for this in mint macaron to match the other stems. And we're just going to stamp the little detail in shaded spruce. Oops, might help if I stamp right side up. And I encourage everybody all the time to make these fun fold cards. And if you do, my post goes live on Friday mornings. And I would love to see your cards. Just in the, turn this out of the way. In the comments, post a picture of your card when you make it. All right. Let me cut this, and then I will do the sentiment, and I need my dies. All right, and we're going to get some Post-it note tape because we know what happens to me when I go to the die cutting machine. I think I need a lesson in die cutting. I am so bad. Actually, I'm going to put this up here. And then we have this one, and we're going to put another piece. That was the one thing. I really did like the magnetic plate, and I really hope they're working on it to bring it back. There we go. All right, I will be right back. I'm just going to go cut this. And I am going to need this piece again because I need to stamp this sentiment. Get that out of the way. Now, my flower, I'm going to put this together. Try to see how I'm going to put it together. And the flower is going to go like this, just in the corner, up in the corner here. And then I do have a ribbon that I'm going to tie, put on the bottom here. And I made 2 of them already, so that you can pick and tell me which one you like better, the linen thread or the white baker's twine. In the meantime, I'm going to put my flower together with some glue dots. Oops, wait a minute. There we go. Because it's your card. Arlene comes to my my monthly card class, and every time they ask me about something, that's what I tell them. It's your card. You do what you want. Because I like everybody's card to be unique. All right. Whoops. All right. I'm going to get this wrong. There we go. Adhere that like that. And then I'm going to just pop it up here. Like this, right along the edge. And if you want to make sure, if I could find my little template piece, there we go. If you put this little piece underneath, you know how far up you can go. So I need to come down just a little bit, like that with it, because you don't want it to overhang too much. It'll have trouble in the envelope. Okay? All right, so we're going to put some Stampin' Dimensionals. Oops. And I use my little half Stampin' Dimensionals. And I am going to have to, hang on, I got to make sure I get it going the right way. So, put it there. I just have this fear I'm going to have it going the wrong way. I'm going to have my dimensionals in the wrong spot. That's why I keep putting it. And I'm just going to, I'm putting the dimensionals on the stem a little bit just to reinforce so it stays. And again, if I need more, I can slip dimensionals underneath, but I just mainly want it to hold. So we're just gonna, I'm just putting the template there. Like I said, I want to stay within. There. Get the template out of the way. Okay, what did I get here? The white baker's twine? Is that what? Looks like it's white baker's twine. I'm actually making this into a Mother's Day card, so I think the white will... Sorry, my hands are so dry and everything is sticking to them. Okay, so we need one more glue dot. And I'm just going to put it right about there. Now, right now it keeps popping up on me. But once it's in the envelope, or I store my cards in, I'll show you. These little cellophane bags, and I don't know, it's hard to see because they're clear, but once it's in this for a little while, it stays closed a little bit better. Right now, because I can sit there and, with my bone folder and go over it, and it's still going to keep popping up on me. Okay, now I need the piece where I cut the flowers out. All right, and I am going to stamp the sentiment. And I want to make sure it's going to fit, because I have the, what are these called? Something fancy dies, and I was going to use this one here. Yep, that'll fit perfect. I'll make sure there's enough. Yep, and there's, you know what, I'm going to cut this first because I don't have much room for mistake. I mean, I can grab another piece, no problem. But let me cut this out first. And it's a photopolymer stamp. I can see through it. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment in, I think I'm going to stamp it in Highland Heather. Yeah, I think that. Make sure this is, I'm going to get this as straight as I can here. There we go. And we're going to pop this up also. The dimensionals. Extra pieces coming off. And this is going to go right down here. And I have to be honest, the only reason I'm making it into a Mother's Day card is because that's the saying in the set, and that was all that I pulled out. Put one of my favorite little dragonflies. And put that right up there. And then I do have, actually I'm going to put, I did this last week or the last time I used these. Put a drop of glue instead of a glue dot. See, that covers, whoops, it's moving. I can't move my finger. Hang on. Here we go. I just got to hold it for a second and hope that I can move my fingers without it moving. I don't know if it's because of the vellum. All right, we're going to just let that sit and dry for a second. Let's stamp the inside. You know what? Put a block on it. And we're just going to stamp the Happy Mother's Day, and we're going to do that in the Highland Heather also. So I guess one tip I do have for you is if you're making this card, try to use a photopolymer stamp. So then you have a better chance of getting it straight. I cannot. The red rubber stamps, I love them, but I'm always holding my breath that I can't get something straight. All right. It's pretty good. It's still a little loose, but that's okay. We're just going to open this up. We're going to adhere this. Now, again, I'm using liquid glue, so I have a little wiggle room. And I know I'm going a little bit over my half hour that I like to stick to today. I'm sorry. This was a little more detailed than I thought. All right, so that, we're going to flip it over. I'll give it a good press. Now comes the fun part. The part that I already put these together. And we are going to adhere them so that when you open the card, they pop up. We're going to put, I'm going to use liquid glue, I guess. My glue dots are right there. Okay. I'm going to put the center one in with liquid glue. Make sure I didn't go too far up. Yep, looks like we're good. And I'm really... Hang on, I lost one of my flowers. Okay, we might only be putting 2 flowers on, because I have no clue where the other one is. I need to make sure it's below the fold line, so I don't, well actually it's not going to matter because it's going to fold in anyway. Okay, we're good. I'm still going to just put it on the stem. I don't know what I did with that other flower though. This is the fold line you need to make sure you don't interfere with. My flower has to be here. And I can't even blame the dog. Oh, there it is. I guess it went flying. And this one I'll just put... Actually, I might... see if I can have this one really pop up. Yep. This one's going to go right in the middle there. And I got to get it in quick because before everything else dries. So just a little bouquet of flowers. And then it closes and they pop up. There you go. I don't know if you can see it okay. All right, let me just do envelope real quick. And I'm going to decide if I think this needs the inside needs anything else. I'm not sure. I feel like it needs something, but I don't know what. I think because they're more on this side, so I feel like over here is empty. So I have to decide what I'm going to put on that little... I'm going to put anything where it says Happy Mother's Day. I could stamp another flower there. And I am going to stamp a fold, but I just wanted to mainly show you the fold. I don't know, I got to figure something out there. That's maybe just a few that's a good idea. Thanks, Donna. Okay, I'm going to, that's what I'll do. I'll stamp some more leaves after I'm done. And just put a couple leaves there just to give it a little something else. But that's just my little fun fold card for today. I hope you like it. You'll give it a try. Like I said, the hardest part is just playing with it until you can get the fold to pop. Once it does, and I've seen it done with different things, the marigolds popped it in my mind because it's available right now, and that was my main thing. I wanted to use something that was available. All right? Thank you, everyone, for joining today. I hope you like it and you'll give it a try. If you have any questions at all, you're having trouble with it, reach out to me at creativestampindesigns@gmail.com. Otherwise, everything will be on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com. There'll be a link to my Facebook, my YouTube video, along with directions, the best that I can explain them. This one here is a little tougher as far as the template, but if you make this little template, it's a huge help, as you can see. And then, like I said, you just have to cut the paper, and you only had to cut an extra 1/2 inch off the inside pieces. All right? Thanks, everyone, for joining, and I hope to see you next week. I'm planning on being back. Same time. Hopefully work won't get in the way. All right? Thanks, everyone. Have a great week. Bye-bye.